Hello, this is TJ with Piano Clubhouse, going to show you Flow to You by Bishop Paul S. Morton on the Full Gospel Baptist Church. I think it's Praise and Worship CD. There's two videos I'm doing on this song. Of course, this one, and then there's another version by Michael Neal. The chorus and verse are pretty much the same, and towards the end of the song, both artists take the song a different direction and kind of do two different vamps on it. And they're both very, very beautiful, wonderful songs. But and they're also in two different keys. So I wanted to be sure and do two separate videos on both of those songs. I've gotten several requests for this song in both formats. So I wanted to be sure and comply with both of those requests. So this particular video is Flow to You in the key of D. The key of D has, of course, two accidentals or two sharps, which is C sharp and F sharp. Before we actually get into the song, let me show you about 2 or 3 chords that we're going to be using a lot in this tutorial. And rather than tell you the notes every single time I get to it, let me just give them the 3 chords to you up front. You can jot them down, memorize them, and then go on and finish up the video. You'll probably learn it faster by memorizing these chords. The first one is just your D major chord, D, F sharp, A. And I like to add the second note as well, D, E, F sharp, A. And this is optional. This E is optional. That's the 1 chord. The 4 chord is D, G, B. This D stays put. And I also like to add this 3rd note, F sharp. And then the 5 chord is actually, it's an inverted A major chord. D sharp, E, A. Okay, so you have the 1 chord, this E is optional. 4 chord, this F sharp is optional. 5 chord, and 1 chord. I also do a 2-5-1, which is the 2nd note of the scale, the 5th note, and the 1st note at the top, which is D. E, A, D, 2-5-1. Okay, those are the basic 3 or 4 chords I'm going to be using. Anything else I'll spell out to you, but I'll just call out those chords by those names. Okay, let's get started. Flow to you, and forgive my singing, I'm not a singer at all, but I'm going to sing in order to illustrate where I'm at in the song. So look past that, please. Flow to you, flow to you. Okay, that's the whole song. That's really the whole song. Let me break it down real quick. Again, we're in the key of D. Excuse me. Let me start with the left hand. Flow to you, D. Flow to you, A. It's going from the 1st note, the 1st degree, to the 5th. 5th note of the scale is A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. or an octave lower is A. From 1, flow to U, to A, then to B, let the rhythm of my worship flow to you. Okay, let's stop right there. Again, flow to you, flow to you, let the rhythm of my worship flow to you. Now what I'm also doing with the left hand is I'm adding the 5th, whatever the 5th note is from your root note, you're going to play that as well. So for the first one, flow to you, the 5th is A, play that. Flow to you, the 5th note up from A is E. Let the rhythm of, let the worship, see, let the river, forget, I'm not saying the lyrics all wrong, don't worry about it. Just get the notes. Let the 5th up from B is F sharp. 5th up from A is E again. And the 5th up from G is D. This 5th is optional. You don't have to do it. The important part is playing the root note. Flow to you, flow to you. Let the rhythm of my worship flow to you. Okay, that's the left hand. Right hand. 1 chord is over the D. Add the 2nd. Flow to you. The 5 chord, which is an inverted A major chord. D sharp, E, A. Go back to the 1 chord, so that you're doing 1 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord. Flow to you, flow to you. Go back to the 5 chord, next to the 4 chord. Okay, so the pattern here is 1 chord, 5 chord, then repeat those two, 1 chord, 5 chord, 4 chord. Yep, if you're doing the right hand by itself, it sounds, TJ, we're doing the exact same chords back and forth. How can that make the song? The left hand does the magic. It's the changes in the left hand that magically makes the song kind of flow to different sounds in your ear. So flow to you, 1 chord, to you, 5 chord over A. Going back to the 1 chord. When you put a B down here, that 1 chord sounds a little bit different. Go back to the 5 chord, 4 chord, okay?